a little mouse, cause I'm an albatross.
Easy kills to Execration, and that's why the goal deficit is around 2,000, but the pressure is all across the map for them.
Yeah, and the pressure is definitely being turned up here by Execration. Bottom lane pressure, they have the turtle buff, so they'll have a lot of damage on their side. And that's something that they'll definitely want to make use of as this game progresses. 2.2k gold lead in favor of the red side squad.
You know, what do you say? The rich stays rich, and they will keep getting rich. Because Execration is just having a lot of control all across the map. All the jungle camps are being taken by the primary carries here for Execration. So there's no doubt that the item buildup right now for Execration is getting to their third core item, to their second core item. In comparison to SGD Omega, which basically just finished up the boots and nothing else. Does have a lightning trunch in there onto Carl C, but nothing else.
Yeah, I feel like Carl C is trying his very best to just be a burst potential.
So onto Zapnu. Zapnu manages to escape. Hurricane Dance is going to be used defensively there. Nature's Shield is going to be popped as well, and I don't think that's going to be enough to sustain their HPs. Next, Eterna is going to try to tank as much as they can, but they are going to be forced back. E2 Max goes for it and secures the kill, but the resurrection is going to be popped back. Dropping Nation low on HP, and Zapnu as well. He's going to be chased down by Carl C. Triple kill for him. And that is going to be the equalizer for the game.
Wow, that was a wipe out there. Carl C, perfect placement around the map. Beautiful damage output. He was barely touched. And he was actually the first one in that fight. So, man, the positioning of this guy, we were just talking about him. He's definitely showing that he's one heck of a Lunox player.
One hell of a Lunox player and one hell of a child prodigy. Of course, the youngest here in the SGD Omega squad, trying to prove his worth as still one of the best young players here in the season. Now, that's going to be the third turtle secured by SGD Omega. I mean, the third turtle down in this game, secured by SGD Omega. Yeah. They're going to be falling back.
Just like that. They are now back in the lead. That was a huge swing. That was like a 4K or 5K gold swing in favor of the blue side squad with one team fight. So, SG Dragons Omega, they know how to play the tempo, and Execration probably got caught by surprise there.
Yeah, which is kind of the great thing here for SGD Omega. They know how to capitalize on the small misplays that their opponents make, and that's what Execration offered to SGD Omega. Their door to their house was wide open. They just barged right in, and right now SGD Omega is just trying to out-rotate Execration, trying to get as much farm as they can so that the carries would be able to go online. But I also have to commend Lex Eterna there. He is a good tank player. Good is an understatement at this point. He would manage to stay alive in just the right time and soak up all the damage that would otherwise be onto Carlsey or to Daedalus.
How did he even keep the Lunox alive in that fight, right? So Heath as well, I mean, he didn't really participate directly into the fight, but the zoning that he provided in that specific matchup really helped SG Dragons Omega just put pressure on Execration even without putting direct damage onto your opponent. So SG Dragons Omega are now back in map control here, threatening Execration members. A small slip up could be a disaster for Execration, so everyone's being very, very careful, always checking brushes one by one. At the same time, SG Dragons are now getting control of the map each and every time, each and every small objective, each and every small gold cap. They're inching towards a bigger lead.
They are. They're just making sure that their win conditions are always met here as SGD Omega. And right now, one of their win conditions is to secure the Lord and not give Execration the Lord. Because if Execration manages to get the Lord, that's going to be a hard reset onto how the game feels right now. And Execration is leaning towards an ambush here over the top lane. I think they're anticipating a Lord take here. Meanwhile, Pakbet is going to be expending that Salmon Force onto Levy. Dark Knight Falls is going to be popped as well. There goes Heath on that Grok. Going to try to keep everybody alive, but Zapnu just too much to handle here for Levy.
Oh man, this is a 3v5 actually. So I'm a bit surprised that SG Dragons Omega even tried to go for a kill there. probably were not aware that everyone was starting to collapse. A teleport will be used, pushes E2 Max and Lard back to defend. They'll not even going to be able to finish the job that they set out to do.
Yeah, kind of oversaying is welcome, but actually the Blazing Duet is going to be popped. Does take down E2 Max. Lord might be next here in line.
Wow.
The Lord is going to be secured by Execration though, so that is the reset that Execration needs. But Daedalus is applying a lot of pressure here in the bottom lane, but he is going to be forced back because Zapnu is hot on his tail.
Man, no man, this is a closer fight than I thought it would be.
Oh, here
right
comes
now,
the duel.
Dale versus Zapnu. Both of them gonna be using some mobility to get out of each other's way. They're not ready to just make a mistake just yet.
Here's the Winter Truncheon onto Pakbet, now available. Now, a Zaman forced to a Chrono Dash. If he's dropping low, pop the Winter Truncheon. He's going to be able to survive. No doubt, they just need to lock down Pakbet here. That's what SGD Omega needs to do.
Yeah, man, SGD Omega looking like they're ready to go for another fight here. Execration, 2v3 engaged. Don't mind if we do. And of course, the follow-up is a bit late, but Execration, they're now poised and ready to make a big push. Top lane, we have Lord already walking. Zapnu also nursing on the bot, and Heave is going to be facing up a lot of Execration members.
Now, Daedalus is kind of in a tricky spot here. Does he have to defend? But Levy actually takes down Zapnu there, so that's what the primary damage dealer here for Execration out of the question. They're trying to get down take down the Lord. Lord does use the Hurricane Dance offensively there, pins him down and nothing much. Dane and the rest of Execration, they're actually pretty struggling here against this top turret. They're able to at least zone out Caldsy there. Zaman Force is going to be popped to secure the kill onto him. Heath and Lex Eterna trying to take out Lord, the two tanks.
Levi is actually pushing up. They should just stop the back here. And I feel like the tanks should have just stayed and threatened E2 Max and the rest of Execration. That would have been an easy tower take. A bit of a hesitation here for SG Dragons Omega, still able to pull off a successful defense.
Yeah, that's still space creation there for SGD Omega. At least they got the bottom turret down to quarter HP, not even a quarter, that's barely a quarter. It's like 2 hits and it's gone.
Yeah, that's probably, that was what I was talking about. There were 3 members alive for Execration. If Heath and Lex just really threatened them and stopped their backs, that would have been a down tower. 2 seconds, 5 seconds, that was all it would have taken. But you know what, it's fine. I feel like SG Rise Omega, they feel like they've gotten the lead that they want to just by putting pressure on Execration and making them second guess their decisions. They feel like they're already in the lead.
And right now they relatively are in the lead in terms of turret push. Oh wait, never mind. It's gonna be it's an even push here for both of these teams. But regardless, SGD Omega, if they keep this up, they will put Execration up against the wall and they won't have anything much to do. Execration can try to pick off any stragglers that are going to try to split push, which is either going to be Hellcurt or Claude. So either way, if they can pick them off, they could go for a team fight, a game-changing team fight for that matter.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, just looking at the position they're in right now, they probably can. Like, look at the damage on Daedalus here, doing half HP damage already to the Martis without even any setup. So I feel like SG Dragons Omega should be able to take the next team fight as long as Carlsy and Daedalus stays alive.
Yeah, and that is Lex Eterna's job here. Try to keep them alive. Execration, I think they are preparing something here. Talented Founder and Hurricane Dance is ready onto Lord. But they're just going to be backing off. Don't want to risk it.
Yeah, and right now, map control is a big factor here. At this stage of the game, they're starting to creep and block SG Dragons Omega from vision across the board. So they would not know if if Lord was going to be taken really quickly here, whether or not Execration is waiting for an ambush, and that is Heat's job and Lex's job to find that out.
Yeah, the Lord is actually being started by Pakbeta here, and I think they're just trying to bait something out from SGD Omega, and of course they are going to be responding to that.
Yeah, I feel like SG Dragons Omega, they have a lot of confidence with their map control right now, and Levi, he's the one on the bottom side of the map, waiting for an opportunity to strike. I feel like once SG Dragons Omega takes a fight near the Lord area, Levi is gonna want to take a fight. But right now, what they're suffering is a lot of gold lost.
Yeah, 2,000 gold lead on the side of Execration. Lard's going to be forced to use that
Whoa!
that Hurricane Dance. Dian, though, quarter HP there, thanks to Daedalus. That was also a turret push by Execration's side, so they're still applying pressure all at the same time.
Yeah,
and E2 Max, though, is going to get caught here by SGD Omega.
Yeah, that would have been a perfect opportunity. Of course, forces flicker out of E2 Max is going to be enough for SG Dragons to, again, threaten Lord against Execration. Walking up, they do have the immortalities, they have the insurance factor. So I feel like this is going to prompt SG Dragons to go for the confident play, even though they are being threatened by Execration. This could be a bad collapse if they went for it.
This might be the game here. If whoever takes the Lord, things might change up here, but they are backing off, waiting for an opportunity here, both of these teams. Heath kind of overstaying his welcome. Blender does connect onto Heath, but nothing much is going to happen there.
Yeah,
all the ultimates are up as well.
Baits are real here for SG Dragons. Omega trying to see if Execration is going to make a tactical error or make a bad positioning, because positioning is so important for Execration considering they are melee, a melee composition. So they need to start the fight in a good position, and well, if they start to engage, it's going to be difficult to, disengage.
Oh, and like what Hellcat did there over the bottom lane, forcing Lancelot and Martis back, fearing of a split push. And now SGD Omega took the opportunity to dive into the Lord pit.
Yeah, that's a 3v4 here. Around the Lord area, 2 people were sent to deal with Levi. Again, another missed window for SG Dragons Omega. They're probably take a team fight. Again, they're being so cautious with how they're playing right now around the map.
And right now, Hellcat, Levi, once again, is going to try to split push the bottom lane while SGD Omega is trying to read what Execration is doing there. Zapnu does spot out Levi, and he is going to get connected with that Thorn Rose, and Levi does have a lot of damage on those Deadly Poison Stingers, but he has to run away.
Man, Lancelot really going crazy here. Zapnu
Here goes Belleric,
bullying the Hellcat player, which is usually the other way around. Stopping the pressure here. Forces Levi to back off. And this is another prime opportunity for Execration to maybe get an objective on the board.
This is a bit of a standoff here from both these teams. Nothing really happening, just waiting for openings. And it's all about the patience game. But right now, that's going to be the big play here by SGD Omega. Taking down Backbit. The Resurrection is going to be popped by Lord as well. This can be a Lord take for SGD Omega, and they do start it out now.
This is 3v5 right now, and a lot of healthy SG Dragon Omega members. Very scary indeed. How will Execration deal with this? That is the question. E2 Max putting pressure up onto the Hellcat. Dalen is still very, very safe. Dian forced to run for the hills. And SG Dragon Omega being baited out of the Lord once more. Bah, man. Zapnu has other plans. Forces Levi to chase him. Tower will go down in the mid lane. And this is so fun. This like ring around the rosy all around the map.
Yeah, it is. There's a wild goose chase here for both these guys. But finally, the Lord is going to be secured by SGD Omega, or so I think. Dian might actually opt to go for a steal here. Dark Knight Falls is going to be popped. Lord is going to be slain. And Execration kind of have to regroup here and be on a defensive posture. Lancelot, Zapnu on that Lancelot is going to try to force out any rotates here from SGD Omega to stop any GG pushes from happening.
I like the effort from this Lancelot player, Mr. Zapnu, playing around the weaknesses of SG Dragons Omega. The main weakness of their composition is that they have to stick together a lot. I think only Levi is the one who's allowed to even be farther than,
Yeah.
How do you measure distance in mobile?
2 lanes away.
Yeah, you have to be more than a lane away from this comp for it to work. So Lord has to force to use the 1,000-pounder out of there, and now SG Dragons Omega have no defenders in the mid lane. Execration lost tower in the bot.
It's looking really bleak here for Execration. I mean, mid lane turret is going to fall down. Top lane turret is going to be the next objective here. Execration trying their best to stop the Lord from pushing towards the base, and they did out aggro it, force out the aggro away from the turret, from the base, but SGD Omega is poised to strike. It's only a matter of time before they finally secure the first game, but they're just going to be waiting for the minion waves to start pushing in.
Yeah, the minion waves are almost here. All lanes are super broken right now here for Execration, and this is looking like a really, really bad fight here for Execration. They might be handed their first loss here if SG Dragons Omega can close this out.
Oh, Zapnu just getting a lot of damage there from Daedalus. And no doubt Execration can still come out from this. They just need to time everything properly. There goes a Hurricane Dash connected onto Dale, but nothing follows. And it looks like this is going to be the end for SGD Omega. But while that's happening, Dian trying his best to survive against Daedalus. But Carlsey and Daedalus are the primary damage dealers. Well fed. It's a 5v4. Barely a resistance here from Execration. And Lars going to fall down. E2 Max is going to try to deal a lot of damage. But they kind of stopped the official offensive. But nothing else to follow. This is going to be game number 1.
That was a very valiant effort for Execration. Apparently, Bakben is not done. He's trying to carry as much as he can, but that's obviously going to be a win for SG Dragons Omega, handing Execration their first hit on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that is a 1-0